As the team continues their excavation in Smith's Cove, their primary focus remains on locating the legendary flood tunnel that is believed to have flooded the original money pit. The discovery of a possible chisel excites them because it could have been used to carve symbols on significant historical structures, such as the renowned 90-foot stone or the U-shaped structure. The team is hopeful that any evidence of the original flood tunnels will bring them closer to solving the mystery of Oak Island. Despite their determination, much of what they uncover consists of ordinary rocks, an expected but somewhat underwhelming result. However, their perseverance is fueled by historical records, which suggest that the original flood tunnels lead directly to the money pit. The Restall family, who conducted extensive excavations on Oak Island in the mid-20th century, firmly believed that they had traced the flood tunnels to a point where they converged near the money pit. If the team can find even a small fragment of cement from those tunnels, it would be a significant breakthrough, confirming that they are indeed searching in the right location. Just as they begin to feel that progress is slow, Rick picks up a signal with the metal detector. The location is not ideal for digging, it's a bit awkward to access, but they decide to take their time and pinpoint the exact spot before proceeding. The anticipation builds as they carefully extract the object from the ground. When they finally pull it out, they recognize that this find is different from anything they've seen before. At first, it appears similar to other artifacts they have uncovered in past digs, but a closer examination reveals a crucial detail: the object is chiseled down to a point. This feature sparks an interesting discussion among the team. Could this be an ancient tool, possibly a chisel, that was used in the original construction efforts on the island? Or is it a fastener of some kind? Regardless of its true purpose, the team is excited because the artifact was buried relatively deep, suggesting it has been there for a long time. Realizing the importance of this find, they decide to send it for further analysis. The experts in the lab will conduct tests to determine its composition and age, which may provide further clues about its origins. If the object dates back to the early treasure hunters or even the original builders of the mysterious underground structures, it could be a game-changing discovery. What makes this find even more intriguing is the location where it was unearthed. It came from an area near the old slipway and the U-shaped structure, two historically significant features on Oak Island. This suggests that the object could have been part of a construction effort associated with these structures. As one of the team members jokingly remarks, the artifact is so heavy that he might as well cancel his gym membership. Passing the object around, the team discusses its potential significance. They lean toward the theory that it is more likely a chisel than a fastener. This theory aligns with the fact that the U-shaped structure contained Roman numerals, which must have been carved into the wood or stone at some point. If this object is indeed a chisel, it may provide valuable insight into the tools and techniques used to build these mysterious structures centuries ago. The team's excitement grows as they realize that being in an area where the flood tunnels are believed to converge increases their chances of finding other historically significant items. They could potentially uncover additional tools that were used in the construction of the tunnels, equipment left behind by the Restalls, or even remnants of the cement that was used to reinforce the tunnels. The possibilities are endless, and each new discovery adds another piece to the Oak Island puzzle. As they continue their search, they remain hopeful that more evidence of the flood tunnels will emerge. If they can prove the existence of these tunnels, it would support the long-standing theory that an elaborate booby trap system was designed to protect whatever treasure lies buried beneath Oak Island. Later that day, the team gathers at the Oak Island Research Center to discuss their findings. Marty Lagina meets with experts who will be involved in analyzing the newly discovered artifact. He explains that he has been particularly interested in the composition of metals found on the island, as recent water testing revealed high levels of copper, lead, zinc, and tin in a specific area known as the Golden Egg. A few weeks earlier, scientists had analyzed test results and identified a section of the island with persistently high metal concentrations. This area, measuring approximately 2,500 square feet, has become a key focus for the team. Dr. Michelle, one of the experts assisting in the analysis, believes that whatever they are searching for may be located within this Golden Egg section. Marty is determined to drill in this area and evaluate it thoroughly. The next morning, the crew resumes their excavation efforts. As they begin drilling in the Golden Egg, they make another fascinating discovery: evidence of a possible structure at a depth of nearly 100 feet. Mike, an expert from Choice Solid Drilling, examines a sample from the drill site and notes that the material is soft at the top, indicating that they might be approaching something significant. Interestingly, there is no wood in the sample, but the texture suggests that they are getting close to something man-made. Marty is optimistic. If there is indeed something buried beneath the golden egg, they will find it. Peter, another member of the team, suggests conducting further water tests for metal traces. They decide to involve Dr. Spooner, who specializes in analyzing water samples for signs of underground structures. Later that afternoon, Marty receives an update about the EN13 borehole, which was drilled in the Golden Egg just a day earlier. The crew suspects that they may have hit a man-made structure nearly 100 feet underground. Comparing new samples with those from EN13, they notice something unusual: loud booms emanating from the well, lasting for about 30 seconds. This unexpected phenomenon suggests that they might be drilling near a significant underground structure. Dr. Spooner believes that there is a void beneath them, possibly an open chamber or a collapsing space. Holding up a sample of water taken from the drill site, he notes that it appears yellow in the sunlight, a sign that they are close to a source of wood. This discovery piques the interest of Rick Lagina, as it suggests that an underground collapse could be pointing to an open chamber. The team theorizes that water movement in the area could indicate the presence of a tunnel or shaft, and all of this information is crucial in determining where traces of metal are coming from. They hope that their next drilling spot will reveal even more details about what lies beneath Oak Island. The next day, the team makes another incredible discovery: yet another Roman coin. The significance of this find cannot be overstated, as it further strengthens the theory that European explorers, possibly Vikings, may have reached Oak Island centuries ago. Historians on the team explained that the Norse had already reached Iceland and Greenland by the year 1021 AD, and Newfoundland, just 600 miles northeast of Oak Island, was within their known exploration range. This realization prompts the team to plan an expedition to a recognized Viking settlement in Newfoundland. According to Rick, understanding the movements of Viking descendants is crucial in determining how an ancient treasure could have made its way to Oak Island. Before embarking on their trip, they discuss bringing along some of their recent finds, such as an old arrowhead, to see if they have any connections to the Vikings or their descendants. As the historian explains, the Viking settlement in Newfoundland was only discovered in the 1960s, which makes Marty laugh. It suggests that many more Viking sites may still be undiscovered. The possibility that Vikings and even the Knights Templar could have made their way to Oak Island is now stronger than ever. If something significant happened on Oak Island as early as the 1200s, it was almost certainly connected to the Vikings or their descendants. With each new find, the mystery of Oak Island deepens. The team remains committed to their quest, knowing that the next discovery could be the one that finally unlocks the secrets buried beneath the island. Acknowledging that this is a bloody good find, the team decides to set it aside for further examination and continue their search. With renewed determination, they remain hopeful that more significant discoveries are just beneath the surface, waiting to be unearthed. During a metal-detecting search of the spoils in Smith's Cove, Rick and the team uncovered 3 intriguing artifacts. These items, an iron rod, a fastener, and a chisel, have sparked a discussion about their possible connection to the flood tunnel believed to be in the area. Alex explains that their excavation in Smith's Cove is based on the theory put forward by the Restalls, who believed they had identified the flood tunnel. Years ago, they pumped concrete 30 to 40 feet underground into what they thought was the tunnel because it seemed to slow the flow of water into the money pit. However, the team now faces a major challenge. They are uncertain about the exact location of the Restalls' work, the precise path of the flood tunnel, or even if the flood tunnel exists at all. The artifacts in question present an opportunity to find answers. The key questions on everyone's mind are these objects old enough to be linked to the installation or construction of the flood tunnel? Do they provide evidence that the tunnel exists? Most importantly, do they confirm that the team is searching in the right place? To answer these questions, metallurgy comes into play. The composition of the artifacts is analyzed, revealing that the iron rod, fastener, and chisel share similar characteristics. All of them are modern, dating back to the mid-1800s or later. One artifact, in particular, appears to be the most recent, possibly dating to the early 1900s due to its consistent manganese content. This suggests that it is unlikely to be part of the Restall work, which is a surprising revelation for the team. The realization that these items are solidly searcher in origin, meaning they were likely left behind by past treasure hunters rather than the original builders, raises new questions. If these artifacts are related to previous search efforts, why aren't they finding more items from those digs? Historical records confirm that extensive work was done in Smith's Cove, so the limited number of finds is puzzling. One possible explanation is the work carried out by Dan Blankenship, a key figure in Oak Island's excavation history. He conducted significant bulldozing in Smith's Cove, which may have displaced artifacts, pushing them out of the current search area. This would explain why the team isn't uncovering more items that align with these recent finds. Additionally, before the construction of the causeway, Smith's Cove was the main location for loading and unloading supplies. The team considers the possibility that these tools were originally intended for work at the money pit but were lost on the beach before they could be used. If little work was done directly in Smith's Cove during earlier searches, this could account for the scarcity of related artifacts in the area. Regardless, one thing remains certain: significant work was done on Oak Island over the centuries, and there are still many discoveries to be made. If Blankenship's bulldozing moved artifacts elsewhere, the team might need to search beyond their current dig site to find more evidence. Either Blankenship recovered and documented these items himself, or there is still a larger cache of historical artifacts waiting to be unearthed. With this new perspective, the team acknowledges that their search is far from over. Every find, no matter how small, brings them one step closer to solving the mystery of Oak Island.